Ladies and gentlemen, we are here on the ground in quad view, looking at everybody getting ready to take off in this all-important round 3 between TFS 81 and MY Squadron. I think I need to count low blow in. We are at 2015. Play
Okay.
ready now. Very good. Yeah, this map has no tankers. For anybody wondering or just joining us, teams are not allowed to leave the bubble. There's an invisible bubble that exists roughly 80 miles across, centered around the bullseye. And this camera is a bit slow. 21, 20. This one's a bit fast. Pause it. Centered around bullseye, and if you leave it, you can't come back in. No more cockpit view. I gotta figure it out. It was off timed, and I gotta make sure the views are labeled correctly. So it means I have to play through them and look at everything to make sure that the right views. Because when we were looking at Freak, it wasn't working right. It'll also allow me to test to see if I can do 4 cockpit camera views or 5, and see where we can go from there. But not for this round. We tried it. It worked. I just have to tweak it. What do you think's going to happen here, Low Blow? The Tomcats did a bit more. They've only got 1 kill per round. Who do you think has the edge here? I think TFS 81 because they won round 2.
I don't really think there is an edge here. I think that second round there was a bit of a cluster, to be fair.
It was.
You know, no one really dominated anyone. There were mistakes made on both sides. It was unfortunate to see how that round ended in such an anticlimax. So, you know, I don't think either team can say that they're confidently coming into this this third round with a mentality of dominating the other team, because that's simply not how the second round went. So anything could happen here, in my opinion.
I'm going to go back with it hinges on the Tomcats. If the Tomcats have a round, I think it's going to go well for them. I think. I said that last time, and they didn't have a round, and they won. Banana, like, I'm still astounded. Banana could have very easily got that kill, but he launched that missile for what knows, I don't know reason.
Yeah. It's a funny thing, isn't it, SATAL? And it's strange as a commentator, because when you see a round like that, a second round, I can't help but feel a little bit deflated, because, you know, you go through the entire round expecting some big finale, and there isn't one. It's just that one guy landed and crashed into a tree. There was the Miss Fox too, and the other guy limps home with barely any fuel in his tanks, and that gets them the win.
Right.
You know, it's not really about air combat at that point. You know what I mean?
Well, the merge was cool. I mean, we could say that the merge had Sky taken a bit longer to down Freak. That could have sent the end of that match in a completely different direction. If Freak was able to hold on a bit longer. I don't know if he ran out of fuel or what exactly happened, but there's a multitude of different variables that could have caused this to go one way or the other at the end of that round. But I think you are right that it was a little bit deflating or anticlimactic that the round ended in the way it did, of an hour of 2 guys just circling. But, you know, that's the way it goes. That fuel is part of air combat, and if you don't have the fuel, you're not able to win.
Well, not to mention that, I guess the other takeaway from that is, you know, the way that the 81st team are employing the Phoenix from down sub 20k and slow like this. I'm not a fan of that. You know, like, we saw how effective that last shot was from 41k, even though he was slow. Remember, he was sub 0.8 when he shot that from 41,000 feet at 15 miles, and it connected. What's happening with the other 7 Phoenixes? Why aren't they launching them on a similar sort of timeline? You know, I don't really understand why 7 Phoenixes are getting launched from down around 20k feet and in some cases sub 20k feet, and out at like 30 miles at Mach 0.8. Like, those shots make zero sense to me. Zero sense.
I'm not entirely sure what the mindset is behind that. I'm going to fast forward this. We've seen the ingress twice. I don't know that we necessarily need to see it again, so I'm going to get us through the ingress, and then we'll rejoin on the TAC view as we get closer. Just watching for people to start. We're probably within 40 miles right now. Getting closer. Nobody's really doing anything still. Still waiting. Just trying to get through the mush. There we go. Okay. We are at 3240. This one even play? That one didn't even play. Hold on. Okay. You ready?
Yeah.
Play in 3, 2, 1, go. And now I need to slow it down. So we're going to have to regroup again. All right, we are at 34 minutes. 34:05.
There's already been shots taken.
Yeah, I know. Play. Pause it real quick.
Yeah.
And play now. There you go. Yeah, I actually have things I need to do today, so I can't let this go too much longer. So I'm trying to fast forward that part to get that out of the way. But what do you think? We've talked a lot about what TFS 81 needs to do. What do you think MY Squadron needs to do in this situation to make something happen and solidify round 3?
I don't know. They definitely don't have the biggest stick. You know, they don't have Tomcats. So, but that said, you know, in MY's grace, you know, 81st really aren't employing the Tomcat in a lethal fashion, in my opinion. So, you know, they may as well not even have Tomcats in the way that they're taking these Phoenix shots, if I'm being completely honest.
Sure.
So, right now, you know, they just need to be aggressive, get in there and eliminate one of these Hornets or Vipers while they can, because they're not being pressured by the Tomcats, and then all of a sudden they're looking at a 4v3, and then they can you know, up the aggression and win that. Meteorite just about to defend against that 120 from what I can see.
I look at it as the F-16s need to be more aggressive. But, you know, when I say this, I'm thinking now, well, maybe they're not as aggressive because they're fearing the Phoenix. So maybe the Tomcats are doing their job, keeping the F-16s from able to get in close and excel at what they do well. So maybe launching those Phoenix are keeping the F-16s at bay, keeping the dogs on the leash, if you may, to really neuter the MY side. I mean, maybe they're working. We haven't really seen F-16s be hugely aggressive. We haven't seen Moody Rider get down in the weeds and make things happen yet this round, even though we see him getting a little bit low and running down Sky and Seagull at this moment.
Well, if that's the case, though, that's more because of the psychological deterrent of, you know, of the Tomcat, rather than any, you know, particular timeline that 81st are putting those Tomcats on. Because in my opinion, the timeline, if 81st are actually flying a timeline, is not effective. We just saw 7 Phoenixes in round 2 do nothing. You know, now, yeah, okay, they have to defend against them, sure, but, you know, the point is that the kinematics of that engagement are not ideal.
True. 2 Phoenixes being launched by Banana onto Freak. I think both of those are going to get line of sighted. Let's grab this one and take a look. No, it's still tracking, but it's going to run on an no, it's not tracking. Freak breaks away, and that missile is dead in the water. So Freak, MY side, doing a great job. We're saying that, we keep saying that TFS 81 isn't taking great shots, but I got to give credit to MY. They're doing a great job of defending, because that wasn't a bad shot from Banana. He just defended both of those missiles and made it look easy.
Well, I mean, you know, again, you've got Banana and Seagull. I mean, Banana's down at 9,000 right now. Seagull at 23,000. You know, these are Tomcats. You know, I think they've got no business being down that low. They need to be, you know, up around 35, coming in fast and flying an intercept profile here on these jets and imparting as much energy into these Phoenix shots as they can. They are only Mark 47s, don't forget. You know, so they need every helping hand they can get. I'm just not seeing it.
That is true.
So, you know, every Phoenix that gets wasted diminishes 81st chance of winning this engagement. Because the Tomcats, once they're down to Sparrows, you know, no real contest against the Slammers. So.
True. Sky coming in here. Take a look at this view. Sky coming in, trying to make things happen against Blazer and Freak. He breaks away as 120 comes in on him. Freak may be committing into this 120. Should be on his right somewhere. There it is. So it's about 5 miles away. He's getting the missile warning and going into a split S.
Okay, here's my point, right? Take a look at this. Take a look at this Phoenix fired by Seagull right here, right? So Seagull's 29,000 feet, Mark 0.6 when he shot that from 20, I want to say 26 miles. Mark 0.6.
Yeah. I see what you're saying, and I'm not discounting it. I guess what I'm saying is there's probably multiple variables aside from the shot selection not being fantastic from TFS 81. I think MY Squadron is making it look very easy when the shots are decent at making them defend and making it actually look like the shot was poor. The shot selection was poor when the shot was maybe a better one than we're giving it credit for. This one, no. But I guess I'm simply saying that instead of it just being TFS 81 shot selection, there's more to this going into it than just that. They're asking if you can zoom in on the TAC view a little bit.
Okay.
Much more defensive posturing, very much the same as what we saw in round 2. Nobody really wanting to commit. But as I say that, we have Banana, Rook, and Moody Rider coming in. And we may have an incursion coming here between them. AIM 120 being launched from Rook onto Moody Rider. But Moody Rider is already headed down full gate down to the ground. I don't anticipate this being any issue. Do I see the missile? He's breaking away again. Classic flares against a radar missile. Not going to do anything. And he's going to be able to get away from that, no problem. Rook now also defending against the 120 that was launched onto him. Should be behind him now. Somewhere. There it is. 1.5 miles, and that's going to be out of juice by the time it reaches its intended target. So great defending by both teams. Both teams still have 4 pilots remaining for each side, and I think we're just going to see more defensive posturing until somebody makes a mistake. And I think once somebody makes a mistake, all hell is going to break loose, and people are just going to start dying left and right.
I think you've hit the nail on the head there. It's going to be the first team that gets impatient or gets a rush of blood to the head and overcommits and gets shut down for it. It's 81st, all down in the weeds here. You know, all down in the mountains right now. You've got the 2 Tomcats, you know, 11,000, 18,000 descending. Moody Rider, meanwhile, 20,000, so...
Well, Freak's trying to make something happen against Banana. So Banana is 10 miles away. Freak puts a 10-mile 120 shot on him. We can see it from Banana's point of view. Here comes an AIM 54. That's going to be on Freak. I would have liked to see Banana turn into the target before he launched. The 120 onto Banana is now 3 miles away. Freak is now defending. He's defending rather aggressively. Was up to 8G there for a little bit. And both these guys are going to be able to get away just fine.
Who's that 120 on? Okay, Rook's 120. Did he fire at his buddy there?
No.
It's just the angle I was looking at. But anyway, that 54 looked like it went AWOL for a second there. But now that I'm looking at it, yeah, it's AWOL. I don't think it's tracking anyone.
No, it's not.
Oh, it's...
Now Moody Rider's got a 120 coming in on him. That one was launched by Rook. We can see it on the right, 6 miles away. No issue, I think. Moody Rider is able to defend that with no problem whatsoever. We can see him defending up here in this screen. He's split S-ing and breaking away, 700 knots, Mach 1. Really nothing going on so far.
Yeah.
Both teams still taking this overly defensive posture.
Yeah, and both teams doing a good job of defending these, relatively low PK shots. But something's, I'm feeling it. Something's going to happen pretty soon. It is SATAL.
Banana now ingressing against Freak and Moody Rider, I think it was. And here comes an AIM 54 onto somebody.
No, that 54 off Banana, that's not going anywhere. That's just
it's tracking.
Out
it's tracking. I can see it tracking. We're riding along with it. I think it's on Freak, and Freak is defending aggressively, going to split screen so we can see it. It is on Freak. 3 miles away. We can see it coming through, and Freak gets pulverized by the telephone pole. That was actually a great shot by, I think it was Banana, and that is the first casualty, and now Banana's trying to run away from Moody Rider. So is this going to be the start of the storm coming in here? Banana gets a quick kill against Freak, and now he's got Moody Rider all over his 6.
Well, are you even looking at the attack view? Look, something's bugged here, dude. Because that.
Well, the attack view may be bugged. The attack view may be bugged.
Attack view. That Phoenix on attack view is nowhere near Freak.
And Moody Rider is now merged with Banana. And Banana gets hit by an AIM 9. Good way to avenge his fallen comrade from Moody Rider. But Banana is still up. His engines are still working. And we are at 44.05. There you
go. Well, Banana just ate a 120 from Rook on attack view. So attack view.
No, he got hit by a second time.
By Rook, though?
I think so.
Well, that's a blue on blue then.
Well, maybe what I saw another explosion. But Banana has no engines left. Yeah, the 120 hit him. I don't think that was definitely fratricide, a blue on blue incident, because Moody Rider hit him with an AIM 9, and then his engines were still working, and then I saw another explosion which ripped off his right horizontal stab, and I think that did come from Rook.
All right, so there's a 9-mile slammer from Mauser right now on Banana, and it's Banana who's critically injured, and a Phoenix coming off Seagull, another Phoenix, so 2 Phoenixes coming off
on
Seagull right now.
And Wazer, I think, is in trouble as these are much better shots coming from TFS 81 here. Is he going to be able to notch this? It's still tracking. We're riding along with it, coming in on Wazer, 1,200 knots, closing, half mile. I think this is going to impact him. It comes right over the hill and takes down Wazer. So Seagull gets a kill, Banana got a kill, and this is just nonstop, much better Tomcat action coming from the TFS 81 side. And now we've got another Mark 47 coming in from higher altitude. This one looks like it's coming in onto, plural. Can't tell who that's on. Plural Boink is who you say. Yeah. Is that going to get line of sighted? No. And is this one going to impact its target? Looks like it's going to come right over the hilltop, still 1,000 knots, and it gets line of sighted at the last moment.
Yeah. Yeah, he just got away from that. Now, we got another engagement here happening between Sky and Moody Rider. 8-mile slammers being exchanged here. Sky out hard immediately, but Moody Rider a little bit delayed there in his defense. He's putting it on the beam, and now he's turning out cold, but that slammer is still doing Mark 2 through 1.5 miles here.
There it is, 2 miles away on Moody Rider's screen. 1.5 miles. I think he's going to line of sight. Yeah, he line of sighted it. So Moody Rider's okay, but we're down to a 3v2 right now, ladies and gentlemen. Seagull, Sky, and Rook for TFS 81, and then Moody Rider and Plural Boink remaining for MY Squadron.
Well, Rook actually firing a 120 back towards his buddies there, Seagull and Sky. Thankfully, it doesn't guide. But that is the second time Rook has shot a 120 toward friendlies. The first one hit Banana, and that one was no bueno, thankfully.
Now we're having lots of aggression coming from TFS 81. They may recognize that blood is in the water. They may smell it. And Plural Boink and Sky are both on the scent. They are running towards Moody Rider and Plural Boink, who are both cold. Rook is just kind of off in no man's land. Seagull is now breaking away, opening the way for Sky. Sky is going to be head-to-head against Plural Boink. Sky is at 13,000 feet. Plural Boink is about half that at 6,000 feet. Let's go to split screen so we can see this. Plural Boink on the left, Sky on the right. 7 miles between these two.
And that's one slammer left on Sky.
Yep.
Isn't it?
Yep. And there's a couple on Plural Boink.
Okay.
So I'm going to give you guys the F5 tracking views on these two cameras.
Holy cow. Look at Plural Boink just giving him the tail, firing a Sparrow there. 120 straight into him.
He did. And I think what ended up happening there is Plural Boink may have thought he had terrain, but he didn't and recognized that, crap, I am out in the middle of nowhere, and tries to notch it, but he doesn't get slow enough and ends up eating a 120, and now we're down to a 3v1. Actually, simultaneous to that going down, Moody Rider flew into the ground.
Yep. But he was slow. I think he was out of gas. He was down at Mark .2.
Okay.
But yeah, he's like 160 knots. He must have run out of fuel.
But what a comeback by TFS 81, losing round 1. Fuel games in round 2 were only, I think it was Sky made it back. And now they win round 3 with 3 pilots remaining. And I have no question, really, that fuel's not going to be a problem.
Yeah. Their Phoenix game was better.
Oh, yes. Absolutely. I think there were 3 Phoenix kills there in that round. 2 at least.
I just don't get the Mark .6 shots, though.
No, I don't either.
Someone needs to fill me in on what's going on there.
I don't either. That's interesting. I'm not sure what that's all about, but maybe it's a fuel game. Maybe they anticipated this going the distance. I'm not entirely sure what that was about, but it worked. You know, they won, which is all that matters, right? You win, you get the W. You lose, you go home in a body bag, and you get an L.
That's a good way to win SATAL, not die.
Yeah, that's important, not die. You know, getting kills and not dying is the most important thing going on here. Ma says they pretty much killed 5 to win that. Yeah, Banana. Well, not Banana. I mean, Rook kind of killed somebody, his own teammates. But he was already hit. His engines could have gone down later on with that. So Mago says was away for time. 2 minutes, everything's over. Now, I told you, as soon as somebody dies with this 3rd round, all hell's going to break loose, and it's going to be over. And that's what happened. Might as well be a prophet.
Someone needs to muzzle Rook, man. He's just firing slammers around his own team.
You get a slammer, you get a slammer, you get one. Slammers for everyone, friend and foe.
I could turn the master arm off, bro.
Yeah, I don't. That was rough. Luckily, it didn't end up causing any issues.
Just wind him up. It was funny to see.
But this isn't going to be a problem for fuel at all. Is Rook dumping smoke? Or is that just... Yeah, that's smoke. Why does he have smoke?
He brought a smoke pod? What?
What?
I thought smoke pods only came out of an actual smoke pod off the wingtip.
No, I don't think so.
Bullet there, put him close and release the crazy Black Arrow style. By the way, how did Black Arrow go the other day?
I don't think there was much of a factor coming from him.
No savageness like we've seen in the past?
No savageness. I think he was quite well tamed. He got a couple kills, but he didn't go off the rails like we saw last time. Oh, could be a fuel dump? Maybe. I don't know what the fuel dumps look like. Quick shout out to Bullet for making it hail, throwing 2 bits into the pod, and then Carbon dropping 100 bits. Much appreciated, boys. That goes right back into trying to get more cameras on this bad boy. But that brings us to the end. I'm going to check and see what the next round is going to be. Pull up the browser. Next round is... It's going to be Dragon Squadron against ECV 56. I think. Pretty sure that's the next round. So tomorrow's round is Dragon Squadron against ECV 56 at 1600 Zulu. So that's Wednesday. ECV 56 against Dragon Squadron, 1600 Zulu. That's all we got for today's show, ladies and gentlemen. It was a good one. I actually would have given the benefit to MY for coming out on top there, but TFS 81 came out, closed it out, and won this one 2 rounds to 1. But we're done. So, Loblo, anything to go in closing?
No, that's it. BFM Clinic's going to start doing some BFM tournaments again. So if guys want to participate some BFM action, then head on over.
All right. Sounds good. Well, guys, that's all we got. I will see you tomorrow, 1600 Zulu. Dragon Squadron taking on ECV 56 for more Gold League action. Stay safe in those virtual skies, and we'll see you guys later.